think just getting some time to relax and reset, and then honestly just like getting in here and getting to work on some stuff that we probably haven't got to work on all year long, or just like break down analytics and find ways that we have to improve. A lot of that is defensively for us. Like we've done a pretty good job at scoring the ball. I think we score at 87 points a game, so just improving defensively, I think that's the biggest thing. And getting in here even on my own and working on some stuff that I want to work on. So all that has been really good, honestly.
Is there some advantage to having like a practice day or an in-between day? It's not kind of a constant grind right now. You can reset your brain just a little bit in these couple of weeks.
Yeah, we've had like the weekends off still, so like that's kind of been nice where we go during the weeks and then you have the weekends off to kind of do what you need to do, whether that's see family, see friends, work on things that you want to work on, improve on things that you want to improve on. So I think it's been good. You don't have to mentally prepare for games. That takes a lot of mental preparation, and it's mentally taxing at the same time. So just getting that reset has been really good for us. But it feels like our next game is really right around the corner next week, so it comes fast. So we'll really pick it up here in the next week and a half.
Is there an element where now we're ready to play, we're ready to get back to it now?
Yeah, I honestly kind of feel that already. I feel like I'm ready to get back out there and get playing, but that's probably because that's really all I've known over the course of the last year. So I feel like I'm kind of at that point.
What did you personally learn in the first half of the season that you can take into the second half?
I mean, I think a lot. I think it's just like continuing to adjust to this game. It's a lot different than the college game. Learning it from game to game and taking that with me, and seeing how defenses are guarding me, learning my teammates, building relationships with them, building that chemistry. That's the best way we can improve. So honestly, I could probably make a long list of the things I've learned. It's just continuing to add to that every day and carry it over, and I think I'm continuing to do a good job of that.
I was going to say, back it up a little bit. You haven't really taken a break in a while. How do you think that you can take this break, this mental break that you've been able to have, and take it into the best part of you in this next half of the season?
Yeah, I'm going to do my best. I mean, it's still really hard basketball, like playing at this level. Everybody's going to be competing really hard coming back from the break, obviously with playoffs on the line, and one or two games can really decide the difference between that 8 and 9 spot. And obviously we're in 7th place right now, but that can change from game to game, as we know. So I think it's the little details, the little margins that's going to be what's important for us, and focusing on that every single day. And I'm just going to try to come back and compete, and hopefully have a little more legs under me, have a little rest under me. There'll be games that are really good for us, and ways that we improve, but it's basketball. There's going to be days that aren't as tough. It's going to be finding ways to win when things aren't going our way too.
Christie said last week that they had some sort of team building things away from basketball playing for this break. You guys started doing any of that stuff?
I know we have a big one tomorrow. I'm trying to think if we had like a speaker com. We've been doing like a lot of just little games. Like today we had a home run derby. Of course I won. But yeah, just like little fun competitions that are outside of basketball, where you can just kind of let loose and have fun and compete against your teammates. Obviously it still has to be competitive because that's what we're all made of. So it's been fun to see everybody kind of compete outside of their element too.
How does that show up on the court then when games start?
I think I think it helps you build relationships with your teammates. Like you see their true personality, you see what they're passionate about, you goof with them. Like it's just like the little things that can go a long way in building a team. Like to me, like it's not always about the talent that you have. Obviously that helps, but at the same time, like you have to have really good relationships if you want to be a championship-winning team. And I think Christie's done a really good job of trying to instill that in all of us.
How'd the opportunity with Jordan and Mitchell come about, and what was that like for you?
Honestly, I've been a big fan, and they were like, do you want to come? I was like, sure. I never planned on going on stage, but they're like, you got to come on stage. I'm like, I don't know about that, and they convinced me to do it. So can say I sang in front of a crowd. Probably the last time I'll do that. I try to keep my face away from the mic. I don't want to ruin everybody's night. So, but it was fun. It was definitely fun, and obviously Lex went with me, and it was a good time. It was good weather,
Now that you've been in Indy for a few months, you had a break to kind of enjoy the city. What have you liked the most about this city?
Ooh. I mean, I like everything about it. I feel like it honestly is it's like a big city, but at the same time it feels small to me. Like it feels like kind of where I'm from. Like I love the Midwest feel of it, but also like everybody's very passionate about sports here, especially basketball. Like I feel like it's just a really good place for me to be at, and the way they've supported. Obviously, we've sold out every single game, so it's easy for me to get around. I love it. I'm trying to find new restaurants to try as much as I can, find my favorites. Been able to do that a little bit more since I've had a little bit of a break. But yeah, I mean, it's just a good place. It's a very supporting place, and for me, like, I'm just very lucky to be here.
You had a chance to get back home over the break. What was it like to kind of go back after some time away now? First time you've kind of been away for a chunk of time like this.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a place that I love a lot. It's nice to get back there. It's a 7-hour drive, so it's hard to get back sometimes, but it was good, and did an event for my foundation, which was really fun to be able to do that and see a lot of family, see some friends, and hopefully I'll be able to get back there after the season ends even more. So I love that place. I told my mom I'd probably never live there again. That probably broke her heart a little bit, but I love it. It's just there's bigger and better than theirs. But I mean, seeing all the people there and the way like people are still so passionate. I think Iowa has a ton of new Indiana Fever fans, and just people really supporting this team and loving women's basketball, even if they're new to it or they've been passionate about it. I don't think people always realize that the state of Iowa has always supported women's basketball, and we have really good basketball players that come from that state and great history with 6-on-6 women's basketball there. So yeah, I take a lot of pride in being from there, and it'll always be a place that I want to go back to and help out the community and help out the people that helped me be in this position that I'm in today.
I saw some family, so it was great.
Whose idea was it to prank Christie?
Absolutely mine. Absolutely mine. I've been seeing it too much, and I'm like, I have to do it, and we did.
What do those kind of moments mean for a team in terms of just bonding?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, you can tell the energy. Everyone's super excited to prank her. But I mean, it was a funny moment. It was really entertaining.
How has the team bonded over this break to build more chemistry for the second half?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we've done a lot of team get-togethers, and I think that's been super great with another one tomorrow. I think it's always great to just be able to build that energy, especially off the court. I mean, once you're fully connected off that court, I mean, on the court it's just easier.
Is that connection? How does it show up on the court when games start?
Yeah, I think just the way we play, the way we continue to communicate with each other. I think especially in tough moments, like not separating, continue to get closer, and I think that's just going to work with us, especially coming in the second half of the season.
Caitlin talked about how you guys worked a lot on defense over this break. How have you seen improvements on that side of the floor?
Yeah, I mean, when we play against our practice guys, I mean, they are tough, but I mean, just the way that we communicate, the way that we close out, the way that we have help side, I think that was definitely a struggle for us for the first part of the season, especially some games we couldn't close out because we just simply didn't get stops. And so working to improve that, and I think it's been going really well.
How important can a little bit of a break be after you start the season as fast as you guys did?
Very important. I mean, it's always good to be able to reset, and I feel like the way our season goes, sometimes it's just so fast that you never really have that full moment to reset, so this has been really good for us.
Is there an element though, now we're ready to get back to it? Like there's a certain amount of time passes and now we gotta go.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like, when you're at this level too, like taking too many days off just feels weird, and so it's definitely great to be in the gym and just being able to grind.
Yeah, usually that first practice back, you expect it to be a little, timing off, just a little ugly, and last week our first practice wasn't that way. This week our practice wasn't that way. They worked hard last week, gave them several days off, but they're working hard, and this is just, we haven't had this time together, not just on the court, but off the court, where you're able to get a lot of things in, basketball-wise, and just team chemistry-wise.
How important is it after starting as fast as you guys did and kind of going to have that little bit of a break to come back refreshed and ready to go with the playoffs on the line?
Yeah, we still talk about the 1-8 start, right? Like that's kind of, that was hard for us, but that is what gave us the opportunity to be where we are today. We didn't finish some games that we wish we would have finished late, but we went on a run there, and I think just the lessons that we learned early in those games really helped us out. And now with this practice time, able to grow these few weeks with most of our team. I mean, Christie Wallace isn't with us, but just able to grow and get better and just have that time on the court together.
Caitlin mentioned that she did some work on her own in this off time. How have you seen her game be elevated even more now that you guys are back with team?
Yeah, I think just the rest. I think just she was able to get her legs under. She's hitting shots. She's been going since her college season started last year. So just for her to get that rest, she didn't tell me she did a lot. So you just put it out there.
What about home run derby? Whose idea was that? And what can those kind of things in this break you have mean for this team?
Yeah, I think you just have to, you've got a lot of time with no games. So you have to really try to, one of our things is just having fun, continue to have fun and have some joy, because if you don't have that, it can get really long when you don't have a game to prepare for. So we try to spend no more than 10 minutes before practice, doing some sort of a team event. My coaches have all come with different ones, and once we get started, they really get into it.
What are some of the other ones you've done?
We've had a scavenger hunt. We've had a communication one where we had teammates blindfolded and you had to walk them through obstacles and get them to finish with a layup. We've done some basketball stuff where we've just had like played 21, we've played knockout, things like that.
What of that last stretch of games will be most important to carry over when you get back to it here next week?
Yeah, we're really focusing, defensively is what we've really got to focus on. I mean, offensively, we're averaging, 87 points. That's really clicking for us. Now, our turnovers are something we have to really stay top of mind, and that's something that we've stayed top of mind these last few practices. But just defense and getting stops, transition defense especially, just, our turnovers are causing some of those transition baskets, so if we can clean that up, that transition will help, take care of that as well.